It was Saturday morning, and I didn't need to wake up early. For the first time in a long week, I stayed in bed a little longer. The soft sound of rain was tapping on my window, and the air felt fresh. I turned off my alarm and pulled the blanket over my shoulders. It felt nice to just rest. At around 8:30, I finally got up. I walked to the kitchen, still wearing my pajamas. I made a cup of tea instead of coffee, because rainy mornings feel better with tea. I sat by the window, watching the street below. People were walking with umbrellas, some in a hurry, some just taking a slow walk. After breakfast, I cleaned the apartment a little. I put on some music, something soft and slow. I washed the dishes, vacuumed the floor, and changed the sheets on my bed. Cleaning is not my favorite activity, but I always feel better afterward. A clean space gives me a clear mind. At around 11 o'clock, my friend Lily called me. "Hey, are we still meeting today?" she asked. "Of course," I said. "Let's meet at the cafe around 2. "Perfect. I'll see you there." After the call, I took a shower, dried my hair, and got dressed. I chose a gray sweater, jeans, and my favorite boots. The rain had stopped, but the sky was still cloudy. I packed a small umbrella in my bag, just in case. At 1:45, I left the apartment and walked to the cafe. It's only 10 minutes away, on a quiet street near the library. The cafe is small, with wooden chairs, warm lights, and the smell of fresh coffee and cinnamon. I love that place. It feels like home. Lily was already there when I arrived. She was sitting by the window, reading a book. "Hi," I said. She looked up and smiled. "Hey, you look great." We ordered 2 cups of coffee and a piece of apple pie to share. We talked about work, life, and little things. Lily told me about a movie she watched, and I told her about a book I started reading. We laughed, shared stories, and forgot about time. At 4 o'clock, we left the cafe and walked to a nearby bookstore. We both love books. I bought a small novel about a woman traveling in Italy. Lily bought a poetry book. We said goodbye and promised to meet again soon. Back home, I changed into comfortable clothes and sat on the couch. I opened my new book and started reading. The story was simple but beautiful. I read for an hour, then made dinner soup with vegetables and a slice of bread. After dinner, I lit a candle and listened to some relaxing music. At night, I didn't watch TV. I wanted silence. I sat quietly and thought about the day. It wasn't busy, but it was full of calm and happy moments. I wrote a few lines in my journal and then got ready for bed. Sunday was slower. I didn't make any plans. I woke up at 9 o'clock, made coffee, and sat on the balcony. The sky was clear, and I could hear children playing in the distance. I read a few more pages of my book and then called my mom. We talked for a long time, about the family, the weather, and her favorite plants. Later in the day, I went to the park alone. I walked slowly, looking at the trees and people around me. A couple was taking wedding photos, and 2 little girls were feeding ducks near the pond. I sat on a bench for a while and just watched. I love observing the world. In the evening, I cooked pasta and watched a documentary about the ocean. The images were beautiful, and the narrator's voice was calm. I learned some new things about sea animals and felt peaceful. Before bed, I did some gentle stretching and listened to my favorite playlist. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, and looked at my reflection. I felt relaxed. As I lay in bed, I thought about how nice a simple weekend could be. No travel, no big plans, just quiet moments. Warm drinks, books, friends, and peace. "Thank you," I whispered to the quiet room. And then I fell asleep.